Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Just with a little bit of a market alert. Market alert, market alert. I need some bells to ring for this or something like that. So I just want to once again talk about Devastating Summons. Had another top finish, and here you go. The imminent spike is happening. So basically there's only 4 pages left of 4 more cards on tcgplayer. If any of you are familiar with how tcgplayer works, that's a very, 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 very low quantity. In fact, the largest quantity I found was there was one with like 20 cards in it. Yeah, 20. This Adventures On has 20 of them. They're already selling them for $1.49 a piece. So there is a few of the lower priced ones. Some for near mint, you could get into this one as a 4 of. It'd be worth it if you could find enough stuff from this DZ Gaming. One of the ways you can get away with cheap cards is if you buy a ton of cards from the same person, because he's putting a shipping rate at $2.89. And so that'd mean you're paying 80 cents plus $2.89, so $3.69 for 4 copies of the Devastating Summons. But if this guy has other cards that you need or want to spec on, then you can reduce that shipping cost way down per card and make this worthwhile. So that's just a little bit of a tip. But I think when we were looking at this the other day, there was tons, like 13 pages of Devastating Summons. We're down to 4. The Archetype is getting very, very popular. I saw that MTG Goldfish just came out with a new instant deck tech, is what they call them, with a Kadatha Red. Kadatha Red is where they use Kadatha Rebirth to put in a bunch of 1/1. I think it puts in, what, 3? You have to sacrifice an artifact and it puts 3 goblins into play. And it's just another card that works very well with the Bushwhackers. But if any of you remember, I played on the back end of Zendikar, meaning when I think I started back into Magic around the Scars of Mirrodin or Mirrodin Besieged, and it was an actually popular budget deck at the time, was a Devastating Summons Kadatha Rebirth deck that tried to sacrifice like Mox Opals or just various artifacts, and then with Kadatha Red on turn number like 2 or 3, and then kick a Bushwhacker, and then you use the last mana on turn 3 usually to, you sacked all of your lands, and with the kicked Bushwhacker you had some huge lands, some Kadatha tokens, some Bushwhacker, and you could easily swing in. So I think the Devastating Summon goes in that deck as well, and we can start to see enough people have bought into this. The price is going very, very, or the supply is running out very, very quickly. Let's just check a quick update on the other cards, the Golgari Grave Troll. So I know I have a video, it's actually up, but for whatever reason, tcgplayer, hopefully it will be up before this video comes out. tcgplayer has, or not tcgplayer, YouTube it's just in kind of the YouTube limbo right now. It's uploaded, but it won't render. So hopefully that's up. But I played the deck. I played the Golgari Grave Troll deck, the Prize Amalgam deck. The deck is legit as legit gets. And in fact, there's some other dredge decks that are using on Burial Rites now with Elish Norn. And the Prize Amalgam and Golgari Grave Troll go in that deck as well. So this is just going to be, it's going to spike. It's got to spike. There's no if, buts, and, or ors. This has to. It looks like, oh wow, there's only 4 pages of Golgari Grave Troll with copies over 4 as well, which is a slow. There's one here with 31 different copies of Golgari Grave Troll, but I think that a spike on this is imminent as well, and you should definitely pick these up. So the last spec, though, will take a little bit longer with the Realms Uncharted, but anything out of this deck, this Golgari Grave Troll deck, which you'll see at GatheringMagic.com tomorrow, all of those pieces, whether it be the Bloodghast or the Gravecrawler. Gravecrawler was just in an event deck, but Lotleth Troll, or the dual deck, Lotleth Troll is another one that goes in it. All those cards, I think, are going to have a price increase. Travis Wu just did a video on it. I'm sure MTG Goldfish is going to do a video on it soon here. They usually do. Any of these obscure decks that go 5-0, they do an instant deck tech or a Saffron. Seth actually ends up playing the series, and as soon as that happens, there will be, I think, just enough volume of content that a lot of people are going to try out Dredge. So just a little bit of a spoiler alert, I did phenomenal with the deck, and that's me. But usually when I play a deck and commentate with a new one, I'm pretty terrible. I'll be the first to admit I make a ton of play mistakes when I commentate. And it's just because I like to keep the flow of the game going. I think that's why a lot of people appreciate my videos too, because I am constantly talking throughout the entire video. If you watch some of the other pros, well-known or even well-known deck builders and streamers and YouTubers, a lot of times they have a lot of pauses, and it's when they're thinking. It's hard for your mouth to actually work and think at the same time, and I've got it down to a science to where I can misplay like a champ while doing so. So anyway, if I can go 4-1 with a deck while commentating, I think that the deck is incredibly legit at this point. So go and check those out. I know this is like redundant upon redundant upon redundant. I'm gonna buy a couple of these. I might buy this 37 copies for the $2.99 shipping here of Golgari Grave Trolls. I'm sold on the deck. It is very, very susceptible to hate, but you have to hate it out. We've seen similar decks like this, like the Living End deck, the Fulminator Mage that was a very key card in that deck, just go through the roof after Living End started having top finishes. And so anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Just a little bit of a market update alert. Get those. This is your last window of opportunity for those devastating summons. I'm also going to be doing a video series on devastating summons in the next couple weeks here. So it's just can put more pressure on it. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.